Alright, I'm real into these kind of soulful old school piano samples at the moment. With like they've got a lot of noise going on in the background. They're all over Splice at the moment. That's where I got these two samples from. I play them for you here. Beautiful. And then I've got this little one that goes with it, little vocal thing.
Let's just be
Unreal. So I think we're going to do a kind of slow DJ Premier kind of type beat. Little boom bap thing, but lots of space for a rapper to be on, real emotional type of thing. I think that'll be sick. So I'm gonna drop this down to about 85. Let me just stretch this so it fits. We won't worry about the vocal one for now. Let's hear it. That sounds good. I think I'm gonna use the full sample for the hook, and then in the verse I'm gonna chop out some of the like little noises and stuff just to give it a bit more room. So it'll be kind of like this. So here's our hook part. And then so here I'm gonna just do a little few chops. That's sick if I do that. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, this is coming along nicely already. And then do the same again for this little section, just chopping out a few bits here and there. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect. Right, there's our little verse. Chops. And then back to the hook. So it'll be something like that. Just gonna mess with the pitch, see if I like it lower or higher. I'm gonna drop it by 200 cents. Beautiful. Right, so let's match this vocal up. Alright, I'm gonna work on the hook here. Yeah. Let's just see what this is like together. I think this needs a bit of mixing to make them blend a bit nicer. Because this is going to be for a rapper probably or an artist. I don't want the hook just being all back and vocals. I want it kind of in the background instead. So just going to mess around with this here for a bit. Maybe like this. Gonna make it a bit wider. I'm gonna add a bit of reverb, just a touch of it. And a little bit of delay. I always use the preset stereo effect. Drop it down. Something like that. I think that sounds nice. You know what? I'm starting to think maybe the chopped version is actually better altogether. Maybe I'll just use this for like an intro, maybe. That's sure. Don't love that. Let's try and match the chops, maybe. See how that sounds.
Let's just be.
Don't think I want the let's just be.
Let's just be.
Oops. Chopped the wrong thing. Apologies. Maybe I'll drop it down. I don't know. I'm not mad on that. I think maybe if I had some drums going, maybe I'll move to the drums. That might blend it all together nicely. Thinking for this real simple kind of DJ Premiere job. Like as simple as it gets, just like really basic. I think this one. I always cut the hats where the snare hits. You don't have to do that, but I think it makes the snare kind of come through a bit better. It's just personal preference. Move the kick a bit. Gonna add a ghost kick. To do that, I always just right click, clone the kick, and then turn the next one way down. And then you can just kind of slot it in. So it's just a little like woodum. It just adds a bit of, I don't know, something to the drums. Getting there. Gonna do my usual. Grab all the drums, add them to the one mixer track. Fruity limiter, preset for drums. Nearly always does the job. So here's how that sounded without that turned on. And here it is with. Gonna get rid of some of the tail end of that snare. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna add some reverb. I don't usually add reverb to the kick, but I think I'm gonna try it here. Let's see how that's sounding all together. There's a little bit of silence at the start of the sample, which I don't like. It goes like doom. I just want to go doom. See that? What is that there for? I'm gonna delete that. Throw this back on there. Hopefully that didn't. Yeah, let's try that. The drums, I'm not mad on. Gonna maybe a bit less reverb. Gonna also drop the pitch of the drums, I think. I think there's too much hats. Now we're getting there. That's more like the DJ Premiere style I was looking for. I actually think we're going to get a more primo snare. Way too much reverb. I think this might work. I know I went through a different pack to change the drums and now I'm changing them all back, but Sometimes you just have to hear it all together and then it actually does make sense again. Let's try this one. It's a bit of a dirtier kick. Let's hear this. Let me try pitch that up an octave. I'm gonna do a bit of mixing on that. Go, jeez, my God. Right, I'm gonna go back to the way it was. Maybe I'll end it with the Let's Just Be. I'm gonna mess with the pitch on all the samples here. I'm not fully loving how it's sounding. I'm liking it, but it's not fully there yet. Like that. Alright, let me try both of them. -400. That's nice. Okay, I think we're getting there. That's nice. I think we're on to a winner. Maybe I'll cut this here. Then it goes back to the hook. I think we pretty much have a beat there. Really like this. Right, let's sort out what verse 2 sounds like, and then I think that's pretty much it. Then it's just a bit of tidying up, maybe adding 1 or 2 little bits to pad it out, but pretty much there. I know sometimes beats like this, when you're making them, I always think the best beats are the ones that sound good, but it sounds like they're missing something. That always works for me because what it's missing is the artist on top of it. That's a really good rule of thumb. If you have beats with a load of stuff going on, a million things happening, it's nearly always too much. Those ones, they might do well on Spotify, people might listen to them, but I don't think you'll sell a lot of beats that have a lot going on because there's no room for the rapper or the artist. So that's why I always like to leave a lot of room. And ones like these are probably my favorite type of beats where there's loads of like big empty spaces. A DJ Premier does this a lot where he'll just have nothing going on, but the rapper fills the gap. So like this bit here. And again, there's so much room for vocals on top of that I think it'd be sick when it all comes together. Alright, let's work on this little verse 2. To make it a bit different, I think I'm gonna get rid of all the cuts, just do the samples straight, and we'll have it build a little bit. So I made a new pattern, and I'm gonna have the hats going the whole way, and then a bit of silence at the end. So it'll sound like this. I actually think I'm going to go with the cut version from the old verse rather than the whole sample going through. It just sounds a bit too different, I think. I'll try it like this. Gonna try this. What does this sound like with the hats going? I actually think I prefer that. And then one more hook. Alright, I think we've got a beat. For an intro, I'm just going to play the sample through, but I'm going to do some filtering and have some stuff coming in and out. So I think I'm going to cut all the low end like that. Automation clip, and then it can come down like this. And then I'm going to have a little snare hit at the end, right before the beat starts. Let me have this at the end, actually. Actually going to add some RC20 to the drums, just to give them a bit more texture. I have a saved preset here that has that Fruity Limiter preset for drums and then just a touch of RC20 on it. Boom bap drums go to. You'll hear the difference here now when it starts up. So here's the drums, how they were sounding. And here it is with the RC20. Let's hear that sounds all together. Gonna add just a touch of sound goodizer. I don't like to do too much mastering because, again, these beats are mostly for sale rather than just to put out. So if I need to do a master later on, I can. And this also lets the artist or their engineer, whatever, do whatever they like. But I just put a touch of sound goodizer on just so it sounds a bit better for YouTube and stuff like that. Gonna add some dust, some vinyl kind of crackling. Stretch it out a bit just to make it easier to pull across. There we go. Put that along the whole beat. There's something about that kick I don't like. I think it's the little tail end of it. Pretty happy with that beat. I could do with a bass line maybe. I'm going to try do a quick one here. But sometimes this is where I fall down. I'm not the best at it. For basses, I normally just use Citrus. It's just a stock plugin. Preset Deep 2, and then I do a bit of mixing with it. This should say what key it's in, actually. D sharp, and it's down by 400 cents. So D sharp, 1 sec now. D sharp down by 400, so down by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that should probably be up here. Alright, let me put this on a different thing. We'll try this. Parent 3 is where it's supposed to be. So that's here. So it's boom, boom, things like that. That's not right. It doesn't sound right. Nope. Then the next one is. Now, I took out some of the notes in the bass. Ones I wasn't sure of, at least the ones that are in still, they sound a bit right. It's not the best bass line. It's after ruining the whole beat for me, really, but I still like it. I'm still happy enough with it, and I think we've nearly got it. I think that might actually be it. I'm going to play it through, see how the whole thing sounds. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm a bit all over the place today. I just kind of stuck a camera on and put the mic in front of me and started making beats. I had no real plan, so it's a bit of a mess of a video, I'd say. I don't know what way I'm going to edit it together, but hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe. More boom bap beats, more old school tutorials, FL tutorials, all that kind of thing. Follow me as well if you want to hear some beats. Got Willhouse Beats is my main channel. Beats by Willhouse on Instagram. Beats by Willhouse on TikTok. I think that's all. That's all you need for now anyway. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to play the whole beat through here. Thanks for listening.
Let's just be. Let's just be. Let's